Okay guys, this is my first nail related video. Okay, so my desk is a mess right now. I just got done having a client, and it was a new client, and something I get asked a lot is, how do you deal with taking new clients? Is it scary? Do you get nervous? Things like that. And I would say, like, I definitely get nervous. It can be really scary taking a new client. At the end of the day, you don't know who's coming over to your house or your office space. You don't know, like, their vibe or their personality, and they don't know you. So not only is it scary and nerve-wracking for you as a nail tech, it can also be very nerve-wracking for your client as well. So I think I just wanted to talk about, because this was on my mind, I wanted to talk about some things that can help you and your client both feel more comfortable when you have a new client come over. So something I did recently was I added a little checkbox on my booking site, and I'll include a little picture of what it looks like. I added a little box where when they're booking, they have to input certain information like first and last name, email, all that stuff's like standard. But I added a custom one that says Instagram @ and this one might seem like kind of simple or like basic or like whatever. I think that this made such a big difference because not every client who is going to book with you is going to message you, especially if you have your booking site public like I do. And I made this little box required, so when I have a new client book and I see their Instagram @ and I go and I like request to follow them, or I send them a message like, hey, I like got your appointment, like can't wait to meet you, or whatever, like anything just nice like that. And that's one thing. Obviously that's just kind of like the get an idea of what they look like. Do they have a real page? Like, you know, because it can be scary, like who's booking an appointment, like you never know. Something else I do is always set up my music or like a TV show on the TV before they get here, and even if I don't want to listen to it until they get here, I just have it ready so I can press play when they get here. I keep it at like a decent volume. It's not like a club in here, you know, this is not party time. So I keep it at like a decent level where it's like comfortable, we can still have a conversation, but there's still some background noise. That way if it's quiet, we can just enjoy the music or the show, anything like that. Also, even asking your client like if they want to watch something specific or what kind of music they listen to. I'm just gonna kind of clean up my desk while I continue talking about some stuff. But yeah, like, I don't know, today my client was very sweet. She was a very sweet girl. Her birthday is coming up, so I'm excited for her. Anyway, she was a lot younger than me, so I feel like maybe we didn't immediately have a lot in common to talk about or anything like that. But I was just asking her like, oh, like, what do you usually get when you get your nails done? Or also, like, when they come in, like, welcome them to your space. Like, let them look around for a second before you start like asking them too many questions or anything like that. Like, I walked my client in and I was like, oh, like, here's my little nail desk, and I was like, you know, here's everything. And she booked with me from watching my TikTok, so I was like, oh, like, did it look like how you thought it was gonna look like from what you saw online? And she's like, yeah, like, it's so crazy, it looks exactly like that, like whatever. And yeah, we just kind of got to talking about that stuff, and she was like, oh, like, it's so pink, it's so cute. And yeah, like, she let me know. I asked her, like, certain questions can be like not as awkward to ask your client. Like, you can ask them like, oh, like, are you getting your nails done for an occasion? Or she was actually the one who brought it up. She was like, yeah, I saw that you do press-ons too. And she was like, usually I'm a press-on girly, but she was like, my birthday is coming up and Valentine's Day, so she was like, I want to just have my nails done. And I was like, oh, I was like, when's your birthday? today's Sunday, and she's like, my birthday's on Tuesday, and I was like, oh my god, happy birthday, like, why didn't you tell me, like, you're gonna get 15% off your set? And she was like, oh my god, thank you. And yeah, like, I don't know, like, that was fun to talk about. And yeah, I asked her what kind of music she listened to, and I played like something I thought she would like. Sometimes it was quiet, and to fill that space, instead of like being anxious, like, oh, like, well, we're not talking about anything, I would just be like, after I was done filing, I'm like, okay, like, check the shape, like, what do you think? Even if like I already asked her, like, what do you think about the design, I was like, oh, like, can you check that nail, like, do you like it? Stuff like that will kind of get us talking, because then she might be like, oh yeah, I really like how this shade of pink looks, or oh yeah, like, it looks great. Like, I don't know, just, you never know what will spark a conversation. But yeah, I think with some clients you might have to ask them questions to kind of get them talking. But sometimes, like, also don't put the pressure on yourself that you need to be talking to your client. Like, not, it's good for you as a nail tech to sometimes just focus on your work. Like, I have some appointments with clients who I'm like really friendly with, like we get along really well, and we talk so much, the appointment is like 3 to 4 hours, and that is just ridiculous. It's fun, and it's okay if you have the time for that, but like, it's not gonna make a good impression if your first appointment with your client is like 4 hours, I feel like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's something to be mindful of. What else? I feel like this video is silly, but I just wanted to like put another video out. People said they wanted to listen to me talk and like just learn about some nail stuff. And yeah, like I said, this is a question I've been getting asked, so I want to just touch on it a little bit. And if you guys have any questions about anything specific about taking new clients, you can definitely leave them in the comments. I do my best to respond to every single one. I read everything. But yeah, what else? I try to like be respectful too. Like, if a song comes on and it's like too much cussing, I will literally switch it. If a song comes on in the playlist and it's like not what they requested, I will like also switch it, because I'm like, this doesn't fit the vibe at all. Like, that's not what they said they wanted to listen to. That's just like little stuff that I do that I feel like could make a big difference. Giving them options can also make them feel more comfortable during the service. Like, oh, like, do you like this pink? Or even after you do the nail, like, do you want me to add more? Do you want it darker? Like, what do you think? Stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know what else. Something that I did in my space too that I feel like made a big difference was like where I had my desk. So I do work from home, and there's like some of my personal stuff like around, and I used to turn my desk in a way that I thought was better for the space, but now I turn my desk like this, how you guys are seeing, and I think this is better in terms of like the client's perspective, because all they're seeing is this, so they can kind of forget about like my space and just focus on like their service and like me and all those good things. What else? I'm just dusting off my mic. Everything's so dusty after an appointment. Oh, I should have put my mic on for the video. Oh well, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I think I meant to, but I forgot. Oops. Yeah. Make sure everything you have is charged. I had to do like a mass charge this morning. My square terminal, my mics, my lamp, my drill. I had to charge everything this morning, and that can make it like less awkward. Yesterday I had an appointment with a new client as well, and my lamp died in the middle of the appointment, and she's like, the light's like not turning on. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I had to get the charger out, I had to plug it in and turn it back on, ask her, is it working now? That kind of stuff can, like, obviously most people are going to be understanding and it's not that big of a deal, but it can just be a little awkward. Like, oh, like, it's my first time coming to you and like the lamp died. Like, okay. Yeah. I think like complimenting your client can make her feel good, like, oh, like, I love your jacket, or your top's cute, like, I love how you styled your hair, like, obviously not too much, but like 1 or 2 to kind of like make them feel comfortable, or like make them feel like you're nice. Like, obviously don't just say something fake, like say something you really think. But yeah, stuff like that can make a client kind of like settle down. What else? Yeah, I don't know, I think that's it. But yeah, just accept the fact that like it doesn't have to be that bad. It doesn't have to make you so nervous, but it can, and it probably will, and that's okay. And if your client is feeling a little nervous, maybe like offer them the Wi-Fi, maybe ask them if they want a glass of water. Again, like, don't do too much. You don't want to like lay it on too thick and like make them think like, oh, like this girl's doing the most, you know. But like, be respectful, be kind, and just, if you're nervous having a stranger come to your home, just remember that they're also going to a stranger's home, as nice as like you think you are, and like, no, it's safe here, it's fine, like I'm not gonna do anything, you know. Like, your client like doesn't know you and you don't know them, so the nervousness definitely goes both ways. So yeah, that's it. That's just what I wanted to talk about, and I will probably be doing a lot more videos like this, just talking about random stuff. But I want to post some nail videos soon, some nail content, me doing nails, stuff like that, maybe like some voiceover type stuff, or like footage from appointments. But yeah, this is the topic of the day for today, so hopefully that gave you a little insight for having new clients. And again, if you have any questions, just ask me. Talk to you guys later in the next video, at the next appointment. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.